Hello, strong people. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Alright, so this is the recap video for Battle at the Bridge 4 Northeast Regionals. If it looks different because I'm in my house and I might be yelling at my dog occasionally. Come here, Paisley. She's nosy. So, we're going to do a full recap of the show, but just so there's no spoil... Well, I'll spoil it. I'm not going to make you guys wait till the very end of the video. I won. Took first place out of 12 guys. So, I'm gonna go event by event, but it's I don't even know how to what to say, because I've qualified now for America's Strongest Man and the Arnold Pro-Am. America's it's in October 10th and 11th at the Olympia in Las Vegas. So I will be competing there. 6 events, three each day. It's going to be a tough show. Obviously, it's America's Strongest Man, the strongest dudes in America. Here, Paisley, come here. Strongest dudes in America for the most part. Obviously, like Brian Shaw is not there. Not all the top Americans do it, but you're still one of the top whatever you want to call it. Top 20 in America, maybe. I have no idea. Top 30, I have no idea. I'm curious to see what people would actually consider if there was a ranking for like American Strongman, like what it would look like. There's so many of us. It's tough to say. But either way, I qualified. I'm going to be there. I don't even know what to say about that. That's insane. And then the Arnold, of course, I'll worry about that later. But that's obviously March of next year. So I have I got the All-American Pro-Am next month, though. I'm still going to do that. I toyed around with the idea of dropping out to better focus on America's. But the events for the Pro-Am, the All-American Pro-Am, not all that strenuous. So max log, obviously a little bit of strenuous there, or a little bit of strain there, but I would say less than if I was doing like reps. So just 3 singles and you're done that day. And then sandbag for max distance, just did that. This one's going to be slightly heavier. If anything, I like training that event. It's not fun to do. It's not fun to train. Here, Paisley. But it is great for cardio. It's fairly low impact, I would say. I'm not carrying a yoke back and forth. It's just pick up a bag and run with it. Great cardio. I feel like that's improved a ton. And then a car deadlift is going to be the same. It's very similar to frame. And then a pin hold and sandbag toss. Those two, not really all that crazy to train. Not going to be overly stressful on the body. So I'm cool with it. But let's get into the recap of the Battle at the Bridge show. So obviously competed Saturday. Shout out to 580 Barbell and Josh, promoter of the show, and all the volunteers, because this was one of the best shows I've ever been a part of. Here, Paisley. Come here, Paisley. And I've done 17 or 18 shows now. I keep losing track. It's one or the other. But that was up there. Sure, some of it was because, like, America's Strongest Man, 90 kg, and then whatever, I think it was maybe 73 kg women or something like that, were also competing thereafter. So, like, the owner of Strongman Corp, James, was there to help out, and he had a big screen. It looked professional. So, but that venue was awesome. Bleachers up front, you could see everything. Locker rooms, it was, I don't even know how to describe it. It was amazing. And it was quick, like 5 hours and done. So, get into the recap. Talking too much. Event 1, max axle clean and press. So, that last session I had in prep went very well. So, and it was spot on, pretty much perfect. So, when it's a max axle or max anything, you can kind of, and depending on the format, but generally speaking, most of these shows have set weights where, it'll be like 300 pounds, 20-pound jumps, 300 pounds, 320, 340, 360, and you get your choice of picking which ones you want to do. But you can play a little bit of chess in that scenario. So in strongman, if you open higher, and this is, I would say, the most common way. Say me and another guy both press 350. If I opened at, say, 330 and he opened at 310, I get the point. I beat him because I opened one higher. I took less attempts to get there. And that's what I did. So my buddy and technically teammate, we both were coached by the same person. He and I think one other person, the other top axle presser of the day, like the guy who took third in that event, they both opened at 328. I opted, when they jumped in at that weight, I knew that I could do 348. Big gamble. It's always a big gamble when you do that. But in my head, I'm like, well, I would have to hit that anyway next set, so why would I just not go in at it? So 348 moved easy. Almost too easy. I almost like double lock. But press that easy, so now all I got to do is match. So they both went up 368, took the next 20-pound jump. The one kid missed. My buddy Garrison, he got it, 368. So, and that was his third attempt. So if I hit this weight, that's it. That's the event. So I hit that pretty easily. I think I had somewhere in the low fours, really, if I needed it. But I didn't need it to win the event, which was ideal. Minimal energy wasted. But congrats to him, because he took a fourth attempt which doesn't count for points. It just counted for the state record is what he wanted to go for, which was like 385, I believe, somewhere around there. They put on 388 for him, and he hit it. So I don't care about state records. It just doesn't matter to me. I care about competitions, and that's what I was aiming to win. So props to him. He hit 388. He has a state record, which is kind of funny. He lost the event, but pressed more and got the state record. I've never been a part of a scenario like that, so it's funny. But either way, I'm going to kick this dog. Not literally, but she's just getting into stuff she shouldn't be into. The other one's sleeping on the floor, so I figured he'd be the one to worry about. There she goes. She got a bone. All right. So 12 points there on that event. And the guy, there was two guys that I was worried about. Obviously, my teammate, and then another dude who I know he's been to OSG. He's legit. He had some like an elbow issue or something going on in prep, so I think he lost a lot of points there because I guess it was not the press. For some people, the clean is very hard, and I think that may have been his issue. I don't know for sure, but his presses look stupid easy. But he was somewhere mid-pack in this event. I don't know exactly, but I was like, all right, well, that didn't go exactly. I figured he'd be closer. So I had a little bit of a point advantage on him. So I knew that was a good start. But event 2, yoke. I thought it was going to be dead originally, but it was changed to yoke. Just fine. So got ready, did like 2 warm-up runs or whatever, because this yoke is comparatively light to what I've had to do recently. 1,000-pound yokes. It's just 750 is not that big of a deal. But even then, you still got to be fast, you know. Like, sure, you can do the 750, but how fast can you get it done? That's the whole idea of the event. This might have been the fastest yoke run of my life. I did it in 8.4 seconds, and that was including a little run-in. Just because Josh likes to throw some funky twists on stuff. So 8.4 seconds, which I don't know what the second place was. I actually have no idea. Surely someone got sub 10, I would think. 10 or 11 maybe. I don't know exactly, but I picked up some more points here. So now I'm 2 for 2. I've won the first 2 events. Third event, this didn't go to plan at all. Well, sort of to plan. Originally, I thought events were going to be reordered after each event. Like, you know, whoever's in first after the first event goes last, and so on. It didn't matter. I was first anyway, but I signed up earlier than a lot of the guys that I was worried about, so they went first. And this guy, the guy who I was worried about, who I thought would give me the biggest run, which he did in this event for sure, He pulled 25 reps of 820 pounds on this frame. That's dumb. That's so stupid in a good way. That's crazy. So that was well above the next closest person. I think there was like someone got 19, which had me a little bit worried. I was like, all right, so I don't think I need to go to 25. Good thing, because it wasn't in the tank. But I got 20 reps, which was good enough for second place. There was some separation in the other guys, 19, 18, 16. I thought 15 would win it. I was wrong. Very wrong. So this may have helped me a little bit, because that other guy got 25, maybe burn out a little bit, those extra 5 reps. I can't say I saved any energy, because that set lit me up for a little while. I had to go in and lay down in the back just to get like all the blood out of my back to try to move again. And I tore my hand pretty good. It doesn't look that bad now, but when it first happened, it was pretty bad. I had to tape it up and it was bleeding all over. But that's strongman. So now I have a first, and a second. So through 3 events, I've dropped 1 point. Event 4, max distance sandbag carry. After that deadlift set, I expected numbers to be down compared to what was in training, which is exactly what happened. I ended up getting 266 feet, which was pretty good. I expected 300-ish, but like I said, those deadlifts annihilated you. Legs, back, everything was fried. But I got 266 feet, which, believe it or not, is actually, it tied. That was a tie for first. A tie in a max distance event is pretty hilarious. So I didn't get the full 12 points there. I got 11 and a half. So now through 4 events, I have a 10-point lead at this point in time. 10 points. I have dropped a point and a half. So there's 12 guys total, 4 events, a point each guy, 48 total points through the first 4 events. I have 46 and a half at this point. So I've dropped a point and a half. That's it. So I have a 10-point lead going into the final event. And there only being 12 guys, that means the guy in second place has to win, and I have to come third to last in this event for me to lose this. Pretty unlikely. Not impossible, but pretty unlikely. So, I knew this issue, it would be a little bit of an issue for Arm Over Arm just because it's grip. It's, you got to grip the thing to pull it. But we got to pull the Zamboni, which is pretty cool. And I will say it was a pretty terrible run. I started gassing out there at the end a little bit. My upper back was pretty toasted, but it was enough to win. I know I didn't have to do anything crazy, but I still, I want foot on the gas the whole show. I don't care how far I'm up at the end. I'm going to make a point that I trained hard for all 5. I'm going to do all 5 hard. Unless at the beginning. I will cut an event short like the Axle. I will not take that 3rd attempt if I don't have to. 4 more events to go. I don't need to do it there. Event 5, I got empty the tank. Whatever. Go lick in the couch, dummy. Thank you. So, got to pull a Zamboni. Not the best technique-wise. I just felt slow. I didn't feel like I kept the tightness on the rope. I think my rope is a little bit, well, it could just be inexperience. I haven't pulled a vehicle since my very first strongman show. It did roll a little bit. So, I've been training on a sled. Sleds don't roll. So, I wasn't quick enough. I don't think I was quick enough from resetting each grip. So, something to think about moving forward, especially in Americas because there's a hoist event. So I've seen a couple of videos of hoists. I'm assuming that we are going to be seated pulling. So it's going to have to literally be it's going to be literally arm over arm. If you let go of the rope, that thing's going to come crashing down probably. Unless it's like a ratchet system like they've had at Strongest Man on Earth. I don't know if that will be the thing, but That'd be kind of cool, though. But all in all, I ended up winning by 5 points. Nothing wrong with that. Win is a win. You win by half a point, you win by half a point, you win by 30, you win by 30. It doesn't matter. But the podium was pretty much what I expected it to be. But at the end of the day, I won. I'm going to America's Strongest Man. I'm going to the Arnold Pro-Am. It's insane. And hopefully I get my pro card next month. Because if not, then if I don't get my pro card next month, and I don't get a pro card sometime next year, I'm going to be doing regional again. I'm coming back for that America's Strongest Man bid and the Arnold bid. I'm going to keep coming back as long as I don't have my pro card. So I want that pro card. That's the next thing. Yeah, need it. It's going to be a tough show, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, relax. But that's it. I'm going to put little clips of the videos on this as I talk about them, and I'm going to upload a separate video that just has the clips themselves. So, hope you guys enjoy. Oh, and I cannot forget. I almost forgot to mention. I had like 4 guys come up to me and said they loved watching my videos. That's insane. Like, I see that there's views on the videos, but it's so much different whenever you talk to the people that are actually those views or the likes or whatever they might be. I don't know. I never thought that people would actually watch. I don't even know what to say about it. It's crazy. But we're on our way to 1,000 people now, so that's gonna be a big milestone if I get there. I'm gonna keep uploading, so if you guys want to see, it's gonna be a short prep for America's Strongest Man, because it's not quite. Well, let's see. There's the Pro-Am is the 23rd. It's probably gonna be another 5-6 week prep. So I'm not expecting too much as far as results. And just I'll run through the events real quick. This video is already pretty long, but if you've made it this far, thank you. So the events: max barbell press from blocks. I'm assuming that could be behind the neck, in front, whatever. Split jerk, push jerk, whatever. Just max weight, move it. Axle deadlift mentally. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know. I hope it ends at something heavy. Probably 8 something, I would imagine. I'll have to look back. They did a regular deadlift ladder last year or the year before or something. I'll have to look back to see what it was. Frame into circus dumbbell. That's going to be interesting. Probably somewhere in the mid-7s frame. Probably a low 200s dumbbell. I would say mid-200s, but probably not after a frame. The hoist, like I said. A max weight sandbag toss. Ugh. Why? I hate that. And then I think this is the... Was that 5? Because there's 6. There's a keg... What do they call it? Like a keg load series. Carry and load, that's what it was. So... that'll be cool. I have not done kegs in a long time. So I have some I got to get up to my house. Get them loaded up with whatever. That'll be something to do here soon. But not terrible events, but it's America's Strongest Man. They're all good events for everybody there. So I'm just excited to see how I compare on a short prep. Because I don't know. Normally a show like this, I would get a full prep. Something this level, I should do a full prep, but I'm not gonna pull out of this Pro-Am. I'm gonna, make the best out of it. So we'll see. Until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That was my Alexa yelling at me. She thinks I was talking to her. Until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.